in global server, Bapak OP strong laning. In China server kan, not strong.
Dah lemah dia.
Nah, dah lemah in terms of laning. So the entire playstyle is very different. The advantage they have is the experience in the game and mechanic in the game.
Salam sejahtera and selamat kembali. Welcome back to another episode of KOHAI Sembang HOK. And today with me is Sagi. Again. So today we want to cover back on EWC for HOK that happened last weekend. Malaysia Pride made it to the finals pula, made it to playoffs, and also made it to finals lah. Right. Any comments you want to get off your chest?
Good job LGD, expected.
Good job.
Yeah,
LGD expected.
500,000 more richer.
There's $500 USD in the bag.
In the bank.
LGDN
calling.
That is how much?
2 point something.
2 point something million Malaysian ringgit.
But talking about ringgit again, recently the Malaysia money going strong.
Going strong.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because US currency is going down.
Is it?
Yeah,
I see.
everywhere. Japan had a market crash yesterday.
Japan has always been going down these few days.
But because of the market crash, everything else is going down lah. So stocks lah, crypto, Malaysian, MLBB teams. Yeah, we don't talk about that. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, SRG still in our heart, even though you guys lost to Philippines. But you guys still going strong.
Lose now, win M6.
Correct. Yeah. Actually, got a lot of hate comments about that. About them, losing
Why?
to PH. Or because they were high and mighty, and then they lost to TLPH.
I mean, it's not like we had a winning team out of like 7 years we have lah, kan.
Yeah.
So-
And then a lot of people were saying like, oh, you guys deserve the loss because you guys are like too sombong. They only sombong on stage only because
like they something a lot. I was backstage with them. They were all like very stressed out, like or what out when doing the game also.
I also did a lot of like media interviews with them. I did with Kram, Innocent, Sakais, and Yums. Actually, they're
very nice guys.
They're very humble.
Very
And
nice
I asked
guys,
them.
very nice guys.
I actually push them also like any spicy words for like TLPH or AP brand. Is like no, we respect them
But
as a team.
even let's say AP Brand and TLVH, right? They all very respect Malaysia and
Correct.
SRG.
Yeah. So like, I mean, all this is showbiz lah. They just do
Showbiz
it
lah.
for Ton only.
Yeah
You
lah.
know Ton lah, you guys go to other game already.
Yeah lah.
You guys always complain lah. Kalau ada banyak tonting pun complain. Kalau tak ada tonting then pun
boring.
cakap sendu. Like that time the
Bosan.
homeboys kan, no tonting dia cakap, oi MPL sudah sendu ni sebab ada orang merosakkan gaya dia. It's like, bro, you can't pick a side. You have to pick. You want taunting or no taunting? Cannot sit on the fence.
Anyway also got hater one lah.
You cannot sit on the fence. You know why? Sebab nanti bola sakit.
Kelas sakit though.
I think this is my take. I feel it's better for them to lose now. One, because it's smaller than MSC. So prize pool pun like if I get third place is like 15k USD lah.
Somewhere there lah.
Better they pun dapat 1 juta dah. I feel like I take the 1 juta, letak pocket, kalau Snapdragon, okay, I'll come back for M6. So untuk fans outside there yang tengah kecam SRG, relax lah sikit.
I mean mainly they kecam because we didn't fight Liquid, then we win MSC.
Correct.
Then they marah.
Tapi I feel their fight against Liquid pun okay though.
Yeah. They were leading 2-1.
But during like media interview pun dia cakap kurang disiplin lah. So maybe that's why like they lost
draft
lah.
ada issue.
So yang itulah untuk MLBB kena tengok KOHAI Sembang MLBB dengan Ajim. Dia akan buat coverage lah yang tu. So kita kembali balik kepada HOK. So tanya kepada KPL Dream Team champions untuk EWC. So expected lah, I feel.
Expected lah, very expected.
What do you think about their overall performance? Tak drop satu game pun tak ada.
I think they came here to Sembang je.
Sembang.
You see their lineup, you see
Correct.
they fight, even if they fight LGD the 3 games final kan. They swapping players around.
They swapping players.
Just like have fun je, chill.
Correct.
Yeah.
But tapi their fans banyak though. Like fly from China to Riyadh, gila.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, my time doing at Riyadh, I feel like random Chinese people just spawn there. Like they like you can see like during the League of Legends event, like random yeah, all the entire hall all filled with China people, and then even let's say Dota also all filled with China people.
All filled with China people. Banyak tu. I mean, I tengok broadcast pun like ada sikit lah orang like Malaysia pergi sana support Malaysia. Baik.
Many stuff lah. I can say many stuff lah.
Stuff lah. Then but China really a lot. It's like fangirls, yeah.
Yeah, they fangirl. They fly there, then they just like bring the flag, all those and then they support them there. They scream. Even on stream yesterday, I was streaming all the games kan. They were screaming so loud, you know.
Like bila sebut player nama pun like wow. Like I go there like K-pop star guys.
Oh yeah, betul lah.
So who knows? Maybe next time Malaysia also we can get a lot of fangirls for the players lah. Okay.
I think for MMBB side already got lah.
Yeah. Alright. So there are a lot of people comment also lah, which we'll get into it later. They cakap they should not have invited KPL Dream Team for EWC because it feels like disrespect untuk other team sebab bantai semua. Like tak bagi like kalah satu match pun tak ada. But we'll get into it later. We'll get into it later. Right? Calm down, relax. Right? But I think we can take Malaysian pride lah sebab kita dapat second place.
Dan 8-8.
8-8 and yeah, actually Team Secret and Weibo they actually perform quite well. To an extent, I mean group stage they perform very well, but when at playoff they kind of they fumble the bag, but it's okay. It is what it is. For ID and PH, you guys need to improve lah. 1 and 4 in group stage is I mean I watch a bit of their games, but I feel like very weird picks lah.
For me, I feel Indo and PH lah, Boom and Kagendra lah. Their draft wasn't that good. Because I was watching all their games. I was streaming everything. I was looking at every game in the draft. I feel like a lot of ego picks, a lot of unnecessary things that happen. So maybe they need a better coaching staff. They need discipline lah. I would say
they need discipline. They need coaching staff. There's one game I think during Boom against KPL Dream Team, they picked Athena support.
Normal. The Roamer also picked before.
Yeah.
So it's actually it's like DG strat.
Yep.
You just go kacau jungle.
Correct.
You take you smite his buff. It's smite his buff ready, you keluar.
Yeah.
Either you die there or you keluar. Then you follow him, make sure he cannot do anything.
Correct.
And then you see the level, right? Actually, it's not against KPL Dream Team. It was against Brazil. I think it was against Loops. Against Loops from Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. So what happened was, you muscle enemy jungle. You take their buff. You smite their camp. He kill you. Yes, he get gold and EXP, and he get the buff back.
Yep.
But the buff EXP
goes to you.
That's a lot of EXP.
Yep.
And then he cannot do anything. He always got vision on him, following him around. And then you need a lot of people to stop him.
Yep.
If let's say you want to stop him. So that's the thing lah.
But I guess they pull off the strat against the wrong team lah sebab KPL their playstyle is sangat aggressive.
Yeah.
From the draft, from their level 1 rotation. Kalau you tengok level 1 rotation pun ada, you want to take what's it called? The red buff tu, ada 4 orang standing there in the bush.
Yeah, betul.
Then they nak give you a present lah, which is send you back to base. So that's why KPL Dream Team it's not their first time playing this game. So they already know the ins and out. Whatever you thought is you are one step ahead, they already know since their first year playing already.
I mean, when you pick the strat, right? It's from them.
Yeah, it's
of course
from
they know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Like the other strats, like what? The Lady Sun and MM Mid lah, MM Mid. They also know how to handle it.
Correct. So it's like the message you get in game, right?
Yeah.
Some teams they say like, oh, we need like train few months for this. They train 10 years already, guys. That's why the in game they got the message. I trained 10 years for this match already from KPL one. They trained 10 years already.
I trained 10 years for this match.
Correct. So the game already made for them lah. Cannot complain, right? So like I said before, kalau dapat 1 point from KPL team, okay lah, baik. Tapi no one can get. So I think this is like macam you got watch Ip Man.
Yeah, we watch Ip Man. Yeah.
Like Ip Man versus Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson go to him. If you can last me 3 minutes, I consider you good.
You almost got hit at the last moment, but then the thing.
Everyone go against KPL Dream Team tak ada 7 minute and 10 minute and 12 minute. At first they thought, oh, Weibo Gaming can 12 minute. they can tahan, they can defend Cao, but then cannot lah, Korea on.
Korea one lah.
Only one team can go against them, LGD.
LGD went very long lah, most of the
Very
games.
long.
But game 2, game 3, it was 12 minutes to 13 minutes.
They defend gila though.
The game 1 defense was gila. Game 1
Yeah,
defense. Then game 2, game 3, they were like, cukup lah. Not playing around already. Let's just end and go home.
Yep. So we'll get into that later also for playoffs results. So right now we are talking about group stage and the results basically. So moving on to Team Vitality and Team Falcons. Dua team ni ada import China, tapi untuk Falcons
Mereka
dia tak guna langsung. And for Team Vitality, I feel also their performance very rocky lah, even with China imports.
I feel like mainly all these like China player kan from Vitality all from like AOV background one, and they are like resident there.
Resident lah.
So I don't know like if they really train Cao dalam server China. So biasa kan, if you let's say you're from China or you play from China server kan, maybe your like is very advanced lah. But also need to take in mind also lah. HOK, MLBB, all these like mobile games right or mobile right, all very 5-man unite one. You need to 5 people all strong, baru strong one.
Correct.
So let's say even if the 3 China players strong, but the
Then
remaining
the
2 not strong, also problem lah.
Yep. So that's why also we saw Team Vitality even with China import tak boleh perform so well lah. But one thing I want to highlight is their coach.
Their coach.
The second ever female coach for a non-female team. Guys, this is nothing sexist, right? I mean, I all for it for like female team, female coaches, whatever. But for the main lineup, for where it's mostly male dominated, their coach is female. And this is the second time ever within I think the whole of esports. The first one being Porter from EG Valorant. They won them the championship last year.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So that's why she was highlighted for being one of the best coaches in that year.
I see.
So
Okay.
like seeing more females coming into a scene where it's like normally a male dominated sport, I think it's very good lah.
It's good sight.
It's a very good side. And then like I think you get a lot of attention as well because you know a lot of people say, oh, you guys got female coach, and we see, oh, got Amoy.
My stream was simping over her. Yeah.
I think I saw when I watched, I was like, wait, is a coach? God damn.
Yeah.
God damn. Then I watched, oh, Team Vitality, I watched for the coach. Maybe you know your players will train harder because
No lah. Usually when female colleague is in the team, right? People don't treat her as a female. People treat her as a friend.
A friend.
So you don't have the effect.
Bro.
But outside people is like, oh my god, your coach is here again.
Yeah, your coach is a female. How can you pay attention?
And so more maybe the
like,
coach usually is the one who score the player, so they will have a back off.
Yeah.
But I heard a bit of drama regarding this. She was originally from another team.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but I don't know the full story. But she was originally from another team, and then something happened. Then last minute, she was supposed to be this EWC team, and then she become this EWC team punya coach.
Oh.
Something happened. I'm not sure if it's her or the original coach jumped to another EWC team. So I'm not sure about this one. That cannot be. I don't confirm.
So maybe like a drama.
There's something drama can go like find on Douyin or something lah.
Correct. So Douyin is the China's version of TikTok.
Yes, betul.
So you go there if you know how to read and what's it called? Type in Chinese and Mandarin, then you can survive in the app. Otherwise, you'll be like me. I don't know what I'm reading.
Just scroll.
You just scroll only.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's anything you want to cover from group stage?
Group stage, I think group stage wise, right? There was one game which is AG versus Weibo, which is signs of early strength of AG that can show us that they can beat TS.
Correct.
Like that game, AG was leading until they threw at the Tempest Dragon.
Yes. Okay. I remember that one.
So that was like, and then AG was winning very dominantly. So that was like a moment where I feel like, AG this team cannot look down on them. They look very strong.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think AG from the season 2's invitational up to EWC, I think they fixed a lot of stuff in their team.
Yeah, I
right?
agree.
So they came back a lot stronger from what we used to brand them as, like, because we say last time like, oh, they're Hong Kong team lah. So maybe they're not as strong as China, but can compete. But when we saw them in the season 2, they flip-flop lah,
that
basically.
was revenge lah for LGD because some of the LGD members went to KIC 2023 and then they were eliminated by one team, which is most of the members from AG Hong Kong. So that's like revenge for LGD. And then most of the AG Hong Kong players have experience lah since they went to KIC 2023 before as one team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can also know from this that LGD, the Malaysians team that is a runner-up, they also played this game for quite some time lah.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So we really saw their performance, and even moving to the playoff, they straight up picked up with a banger.
They
2-0
were
loops.
Yeah, they were undefeated until they meet KPL Dream Team.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I think every team also they say I'm undefeated. But actually both these teams came out pretty strong, no? 5-0, 5-0 their groups.
Yeah, 5-0, 5-0 their groups.
I think it's no joke for, I mean, okay, we can honestly say like Infinity Esports, we thought like they're gonna be the bottom two.
Oh,
at
for real,
first.
yeah.
But we even said in the last podcast, say like whoever go against Infinity,
Free.
they got 3 point. But then end up the 3 point was Kagendra.
And Boom.
And Boom.
Oh.
And I don't know.
And Falcons.
Yeah, and Falcons and what's the other team? Vitality. Vitality, yeah.
They didn't make it through.
They didn't make it through. Yeah. So they didn't lah. Even with like the China place and everything. But I mean it is what it is. So like Infinity Esports, they made it through. They beat our expectations. But going into playoffs, LGD versus Loops 2-0.
Expected.
This was expected, but also I think that the matches also was pretty fast. They were like sub 10 minutes.
I think around there lah. 10
Around
minutes
there.
or below lah.
10 minutes or below. They really just show them like who is the driving
dog
force, you know, the top dog, or at least like the second top dog, right? Then we moved on with Weibo Gaming and Kidstars. This was a bit of an eye opener for me lah, because I thought, in my mind, I predicted that Weibo can either 2-0 Kidstars or 2-1.
Yeah lah, sama lah.
But when I watched their games, I think this mostly boiled down to their draft.
For me, it's not really about draft lah. It's more on execution. Okay, maybe a bit
yep.
on draft because maybe draft could be better, but we don't say that lah. But I think it's more on execution and experience because, as I said, you put Vivo and you put Weibo Gaming, the two teams lah. Weibo has a lot of potential. Just that they don't have potential when it comes to experience.
Yep.
Their experience is, and then Vivo is like.
Correct.
That's why like in terms of like stage, in terms of like audience pressure, in terms of all these like outer punya barang lah, all these outer punya all these like effect lah.
Yep.
Weibo cannot tahan.
Yep.
Weibo is not like trained for this. But in terms of like all this, Vivo Keystar is very
used to it.
So they are like strong in stage.
Yeah. The reason why I say draft, because when I watch both of their games, they prioritize all the high APM heroes, Ali, Luna, and Mai Shiranui.
I mean, those are the top picks. Aside from
yeah.
Luna, maybe not, but Jing, all this is because like they put the draft priority for jungler at the end.
Yeah.
Let's say for KPL Dream Team and LGD for example, again, you always see the first pick jungler like Ogran.
Yeah.
Ogran. Every game Ogran. I see yesterday and every game MPV Ogran, right? I was scratching my hands like, oh my god, this hero is a bit broken, huh?
Yeah.
And then most of the draft is either you pick jungle first, or you pick MM first. Like you always see Long and Ari. Then you see a bit Lady Sun here and there. Yeah.
Yeah. So there were very less first pick on like, you know, other roles such as like, you know, like the support and the clash lane, which I think is kind of overshadowed because
I mean support usually got first pick if let's say there's Dahlia. There's Da Chiao. Those are the two first picks you will do.
Correct.
And then later on, if there's no first pick, they'll give priority towards the other picks like Lady Zen, Mai Shiranui, and then maybe one MM, which is Arlie or Long.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I feel I think the hero that was the least picked compared to the invitationals was Dune.
Oh yeah, I noticed that as well. Yeah.
Dune is actually a very strong clash laner and a very good team fighter. He's an all-rounder lah. But I'm very surprised that I see less of him.
Actually, he's more played in the jungle I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe he got nerfed. Maybe there's a specific criteria to play him. Maybe because there's Ogran, for example.
Yeah.
That's why it makes it hard to play Dune. Yeah, because you can't out-sustain him, and then the tempo-wise,
Correct.
Ogran is just too strong.
Ogran is very strong.
Yeah.
So I think when HOK actually cooked up a patch right before EWC, and everyone just got roasted lah. Whoever that didn't pick Ogran, right?
Yeah, this is the thing I saw also in playoffs. a lot of the teams, especially European teams or non-Asian teams, including Boom as well, I would say, they did not pick up Ogran.
Yep.
And they were really punished by it.
Yep.
Yeah. Teams who pick up Ogran, like AG for example, Malaysia teams for example, they did well, very well.
Very well.
Very well.
So because I think this one we can't really blame them 100% because they just had to finish their series like one day before. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe next time they'll be able to adapt to the patch better.
Maybe.
But speaking of things that we expected, KPL Dream Team 2-0 Impunity Esports. Biasalah. Nothing much to say there. But on the other side, things that we did not expect, Team Secret lost to AG Global 2-1. And this was actually very funny for me. But yeah, any thoughts you want to get off?
Why was it funny though?
Because I was watching the pre-match interview and then Kelvin was like, "Hey, you remember Scream result?" And I was like,
"Oh no!"
Like, "Oh no, I know where it's coming." No. It's like he tried to cook AG, but he cooked himself instead.
No.
I was like, "No, you don't say that. You jinx yourself,
no.
dude." At least you be like AG Global, like you just say like you're going down, like traditional kind of stuff. You say, you remember Scream result? Huh.
I think it was stage jitters again.
Yeah, maybe lah. Maybe stage lah. We don't know. But I just find it very funny. Like I try to cook you, and I cook myself instead.
I cook myself instead. Aduhai. But that series was sad to watch because it felt like TS really could have win. Maybe a bit of a flip on draft.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it was just. I had to talk to Kelvin when they were playing against. I forgot who they playing against, but it was one of the games in group stage.
Yeah.
Then I was talking to them. I think it was LGD. And then I was talking to him like, it's like I feel like sometimes your players are like they want to show off too much.
Correct.
And then like they forget to play their comp. Like every team comp has their own purpose. It's like let's say you play Fuzi, Dachiao, you play push lah. You play team fight, you team fight lah. And then I feel like these kind of things, right, they boil down to like they forget their identity.
Yeah.
Then they just try to make stuff happen at the wrong time.
Yeah, correct.
That's why they lost to AG.
Yeah. I think their draft also like took a switch in that group stage and playoff because during group stage I think their farm laner was playing more Fuzi.
No, it's because of Dachiao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably because of like lack of Dachiao, then they had to change up like their draft.
Yes, because mainly you only pick Dachiao and there's Fuzi. You pick Fuzi and there's Dachiao. So if there's no Dachiao, then you don't pick Fuzi.
I see.
So like the meta is very revolved around 3 or 4 MMs, which is Ali Long. These two are first picks. And then you will see maybe a bit of Lady Sun. And then you will see a bit of DNJ.
Yeah.
And then Team Secret likes to pull off something else like Garo plus a healer.
Garo and a healer. Yeah. So Garo and particularly Cheyenne.
Yes.
Or Ming lah.
Ming also, Ming also.
So yeah, I think we've only been seeing like the rotation among mostly these 2 to 3 marksmen which I feel is pretty sad to see. But with the limited heroes that we have for global launch, we just have to make do, right?
Yeah lah.
But
mainly also, Ali is a bit too overtuned lah.
Correct.
That's why it's either you see every draft, right? It's like, oh, scratching my head. Do I want to pick Ali here or do I want to pick like some Algran here?
Yep.
It's always like that.
Yeah, it's either Ali, Ogran, or Loom, or even Mai Shuanui. But sometimes I think teams don't pick up Mai Shuanui.
Mai Shuanui is a very skilled mechanical hero. You give it to
hero.
LGD, you give it to TS, you give it to like what do you call that? KPL, right? Oh, we always pick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always pick it.
Yes.
So we just have to wait and see what other new heroes that can cook up. Ogren was one of them, which is very scary to watch, right? But anyways, we move on to LGD 3-0 Kitsas. Expected kind of a series. They actually just, they literally like said it to them in game. You guys send home Malaysia team, we will send you home.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes.
And it was easy.
In 10 minutes it was over. It's like each game 10 minutes. It's like I want to show, KPL that we can do it too, right? Then a lot of people had high hopes for AG Global as well going into their series against KPL.
Really?
Yeah.
You
They
had
said,
high hopes?
this team can beat Team Secret. They had got chance against KPL Dream Team. They can go 3-0. I'm like,
in my mind, right? Because a lot of my viewers keep asking me, do you think Malaysia has a chance against KPL? I really didn't want to break their hearts, but it was really just 3-0 all the way.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was 3-0 all the way.
All the way.
So for AG Global also it was no different. I think for me, let's just say their draft lasted longer than their game. Because KPL Dream Team is too strong, guys.
Yeah,
Anything that we talk about this team and any other team in the series, we can only say like they're just too strong. And then like a lot of people like not happy about it lah. But yeah, after they beat 3-0 AG Global, they went on to just run through LGD Gaming.
Yes, and within the same day.
Within the next 2 hours, I think they played against AG Global. Yeah. Then they did the show match.
The show match, yes.
And then they came back, and then they just 3-0 LGD Gaming.
Within 2 hours, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they were like just subbing in players in and out. Like it's literally like football. Like you watch, and then like the guy just come in, he will sub, he will in. And then he's like, okay, I play for this match. And then after that, they go for another break. And then the guy come back, oh, I'm playing in for this match. I was like,
yeah, they keep subbing in out, yeah.
It's literally like I'm smurfing on these people, which I can kind of feel like it is for them.
They are smurfing.
Yeah, it is for them lah. But I think they also had a lot of pressure on them as well. Right?
I mean, if they lose even one game,
yeah,
the news is going to be good for Malaysia or like whoever is in finals towards the Chinese fans. But China is not going to forgive them.
Correct.
They will bash them until they say sorry.
Yep.
Yes.
So
that's the sad part about it.
So even if I lose as a Malaysian, and then I'm still proud because I managed to hold my ground. But if I'm the one of the players from KPL, if I lose even one game or one match, I will kena kecam, guys.
You will kena kecam.
Until I don't know when lah this kecam will end. Because I feel like for China, when they kecam people, right, is really kau-kau one.
Some more their fan base is very, very big. Yeah, fan base too big already.
It's to a point I think they can almost cancel you for
I think they
losing.
can.
They can. They just say the word, guys. It's like cancelled. You're done. You're out. Like you lose one match, it's like, but it's just a KPL Dream Team. I don't hear it. You're out.
Yeah, you're supposed to win.
Yeah, contract ends here.
No lah, there's no contract for them because they are. A lot of people ask, who is KPL Dream Team? What is KPL Dream Team?
Yep.
Technically, they are all-star team. You pick 5 best players from each role in terms of popularity and achievement. Then you gabungkan dalam satu team. And then that's the thing. They pick 5 players from 5 different teams, and they still manage Bantayas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but actually, if you look at like not the stats lah, if you look at like Liquipedia and stuff like that, right, they are actually players from the top 5 teams in their league, China.
Yes.
So, I mean, a lot of people say like, oh, KPL Dream Team ni kuat gila. If there's only like all of them mix and match together.
Yeah, betul.
But if you see them playing as their own team,
oh, lagi kuat, bro.
They won't even give you time to breathe.
This is without chemistry tau. Without chemistry, without proper like full course training, without like coaching that knows their proper draft or those.
Correct.
They just play based on their experience.
Yeah. So I think there's one thing to take note here. Why KPL Dream Team needs to be in this, and this is basically to highlight lah, like a lot of netizens going around. Yeah. Okay. So I basically just want to highlight like from netizens complain lah, like they should not invite KPL Dream Team into this EWC. So there was this netizens comment. They said KPL Dream Team ni sebenarnya tak masuk dalam EWC. Why? Because they just come here is like budak tadika lawan abang dalam college. Which I mean he is not wrong. But in the same time as well, like why not like KPL Dream Team come in?
International event.
Okay, so first thing why I want to highlight why they are allowed or should come in. One is to show respect to the game developers and to the fans all over the world. Even though they played the game for 10 years, guys, and then they just come, they want to show, oh, this is the game that we like to play in China. This is the game that we are famous for. They want to let everyone know, and then they're basically like tunjuk muka lah. Like I show respect to you. Like takkan I cakap, I don't want come for this tournament lah. I'm too good. I come here also like I will get free money. You all just gaduh each other lah.
Yalah.
Then later people will cakap, ni budak dari China ni sombong.
Yeah, dia boycott kita.
Boycott kita, then kita boycott balik lah. Then I mean that is
not good lah. Then they will form a bridge between global server dengan China server.
Yeah, which not good lah honestly. But you know, they just go to Riyadh, they tabrak everyone, bantai semua. I think group stage 5-0, and then from like flawless performance from throughout the playoff lah. Of course, it's not every other day that they can do this in China, and not something that people like to watch also lah. They don't like to watch like just one-sided, just tabrak. But this is actually a good lesson for us. Why? Because one, we get to see how China play. So we know the next time when we go against them, whether if it's any other international tournament or even KIC, which I'll get into that later, how they can improve, what they need to do next. Like, okay, this is us now. Like we thought we are this in our region. Then after we meet KPL is all the way up here. Then we are like here. So how you want to reach to KPL, you know? So then they have to think, they need to go through all the scrimmage, everything, blah 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 blah. Then they can reach KPL level. Yeah, this is very logical lah. Kalau like nak cakap benda emosi is like is sakit lah. You kena 3-0 at playoff. I pun also will rasa sakit, but at least try our best lah, fight for the country lah. So yeah, I mean that's basically what I had to get off my chest lah.
I mean for that right, I think it's like as you say lah, it's like Tadika lawan college lah. It's like to put it in simple terms right, it's not even MDL lawan MPL.
Yeah.
It's MAL lawan MPL.
Correct.
Yeah. So there's a big gap there lah. So like with China masuk dalam tournament ni kan, and then they pay respect also. They didn't send like a lot of teams. They sent one team, and then one team is like from like 5 different teams. And then with like not even a proper coach. It's like this coach is coach, but then not the designated coach for like other teams.
Correct.
It's a pro player and then like currently a coach.
Yeah. So I remember the coach also, when they said the KPL Dream Team, he's actually like more like a streamer. Then people just respect his like decision making for the drafts and stuff like that.
He's actually very good. He's actually won a lot of tournaments before.
Correct.
So that's that. But mainly I want to say is that you know KIC how many teams they send for tournament for China.
For KPL Dream Team?
Like for KPL, they send 7 teams. For EWC they send satu saja, and then satu from all different teams. So they already give as much as respect as possible already.
Yeah.
And then they showcase you the level you need to reach if you want to be like the best. Takkan you be best out in global saja. You need to beat China also.
Yes.
So that's the level we need to capai lah.
Yep. So for those that kecam any of the Malaysian teams about tak boleh lawan China team, I think it's a bad take lah. It's an L take, because for the time now, I think it is impossible for any team to beat KPL at this standard. Why? It's basically you're just fighting T1. You have a faker in your team and you just masuk the game, you not lawan faker. Where can win? Cannot lah. But at least how many times you can defend against him, I feel that is like a very big
sooner or later
accomplishment.
lah. Not now but next time.
Correct. It's like dulu dia cakap, SRG ada 126 days of victory, win streak. Then finally TL managed to crack open and everything lah. Then people will lose their mind like, oh my god, SRG dah tamat lose streak, what are we gonna do? Same je, they all human, what?
Yalah.
You play against AP Brand 4 times, takkan 4 times they also lose, they will catch up,
they will break your draft, they will think about it. Yalah. That's what they did lah.
Correct. It's all about the long term game, guys. Cannot see one tournament and then koyak dah. Then should have they invited KPL to the Dream Team, I think it's a very good thing. But in the light of things lah, we also don't want to see China
bantai semua every game.
Always bantai lah. So moving forward, how do you think like HOK or at least like Tencent can improve like for this upcoming?
I feel like for this EWC they have to invite China because it's an international tournament.
Yep.
And then for like international in terms of like you need like club points semua, so you have to invite China. But following like I saw that there's this like KIC for global. that's without China. I feel like that's without China because the prize pool is too small. It's not small. It's $1 million.
$1 million.
But then usually the KIC International is $10 million. So I think that tournament is maybe with one China team. Because biasanya like if they put 7 China teams, right, like last year,
Bantai mat.
you all like last year kan, 7 China teams were invited. All 7 went to playoff.
Correct. Yep. So I mean, it basically gonna end up like that lah.
I feel like with how they're gonna fix it, right, it's hard to fix it. But maybe they'll make regional tournaments without the powerhouse lah. So maybe they'll make like Southeast Asia Premier Tournament. Maybe they'll make global without China. Then after global without China, then there's a qualifier to the biggest tournament, which is KIC International. So I feel like there's something like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also had this sort of like not theory, but more of like a tactic lah, how they can improve each region performance in like on par with China region, but also how to have China included as well, because I think it's basically like it's the region that everyone wants to beat now. Like that is a standard. I want to beat China team.
That's correct.
If I don't beat China team, I'm not the best.
Yeah, correct.
Which I think it's a very good ambition lah. So I think like, okay, let's say like moving forward, like previous year KIC, they invited 7 teams straight, right?
I think they qualified. Because they have their own KPL league. So like some teams they win, then they get invited. Then some teams they have to fight their way through last chance. So all in all, they have 7 slots lah.
7 slots.
Yeah.
Yep. So then they were also playing with international teams, guys. Like imagine I play AOV, and then I need to play for KIC. I need to transition my mindset from AOV to Honor of Kings, which is not the same game. Is rupa near any same? I mean, is the global release of HOK before HOK lah, basically. So heroes pun like tukar.
And then they add 15 heroes from AOV also. So it's like a two-way thing lah.
Yeah.
As a AOV player, you have to learn HOK heroes, but in a very different number lah. And then as a Honor of Kings player, you have to learn AOV heroes also for the patch.
Correct. So I think what they can do, like maybe moving forward lah, is each region they can have their own KPL. So this functions almost like MPL
MPL league lah.
Like MPL league lah. So you have regional tournament. So that way more Malaysian teams can join one region than not have more global lah. So I would say like Brazil will have their own MPL, Indonesia will have their own MPL, PH will have their own MPL, Malaysia have their own MPL, like KPL lah.
King Pro League China, King Pro League Malaysia, King Pro League,
and
King
then
Pro League Invitational.
And then what we can do after that is maybe the top 2 teams from each KPL they go to an invitational, something like this lah. I mean basically they're already doing invitational, but they are lacking like one step before, which is like the regional tournament.
Because now it's just qualifier then terus masuk.
Qualifier then terus masuk. So very less time to adapt, very less time to train or to play with other teams as well. And then I think for let's say after they beat the invitational, then they go straight to like a bigger tournament, let's say like KIC. Then maybe this time for China side, maybe they just invite 1 or 2 teams only lah. Then okay, let's say like for China's KPL, they need to fight and then they get a slot to KIC.
This is the thing also. If you put 2 China teams kan, and if they're too strong, the finals will be China versus China, and then people will think it's like boring lah, lagi China.
Yeah. But less is also better, because let's say like you got seven China teams. I'm gone.
I think that's just only for like the biggest tournament.
Biggest tournament lah. So let's say like the biggest tournament they have 2 China teams, then only 2 gets to qualify for the big international one.
I feel like they will gonna kau daripada Chinese netizens.
Correct. Yeah. But I think how to satisfy them is that they take the prize pool from the big
and push into their own league,
and then push it into KPL. So that way everyone is happy ma. So if I get 3rd to 5th from like KPL, I still get a lot more prize pool lah, which I think you're satisfying both Chinese and global fan base lah.
So you don't have like 2 powerhouses fighting each other lah.
And then what I think they can do is basically, but I think most of the tournament so far, like especially for EWC, they just been running on the global version.
Yes.
Like in terms of like heroes and the fixers lah.
So that's the thing, Usually KIC International, they run on their own Chinese version plus AOV version. So I think from what is Level Infinite trying to do, they're trying to make sure all the releases catch up to catch up to China server.
Yep.
That's what I'm feeling they're trying to do.
Yeah. So if you think like, oh, China region, they got a lot of knowledge, right? Like sebab I dah main hero ni,
9 tahun.
last year I already played this hero, then now I'm playing a different much better hero. But then when they go to tournament, they kena main hero lama.
Ya, main hero lama, patch lama semua.
Patch lama pun, like let's say like last time the hero tu pun kena nerf, they kena main like hero tu like
we talk about Ailey for example lah. Ailey kan, in global server, bapa OP strong laning. In China server kan, not strong.
dah lemah dia.
Nah, dah lemah in terms of laning. So the entire playstyle is very different.
So if you think that we need to adapt untuk lawan China, they also need to adapt lawan us guys.
The advantage they have is the experience in the game and mechanic in the game.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we said pretty much all the things that we can say lah. Now it's just up to Tencent how they want to design their game, their structure, the tournaments. But hopefully, like I always want to see more tournaments for like local scene.
Same lah.
So we know like okay for Malaysia now LGD is the top, right? Then for other Malaysia teams coming in, they sure want to be one step or two steps higher than LGD lah.
They want to claw Weibo down, they want to claw Team Secret down, then they claw LGD down.
Yeah. So I think it's a way to promote like the esports scene in Malaysia, to encourage them.
And especially a lot of Malaysians, right? It's the home of exports. Like lots of people, Indo team come and say, hey, you want to join my team? Yeah.
Yeah. And then sooner or later we have a lot of Malaysians moving to other country teams because Malaysian is right now the second region that is top on HOK. First one being China lah.
China lah.
Yeah. So we cannot really we cannot really end that their streak for now, right? So any closing notes for HOK's mid-season? Anything you left unsatisfied?
I just hope it gets better. I just want after I attended Snapdragon Pro Series, right, and I saw the crowd, I saw the energy.
Yeah.
I just hope HOK can be like that one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it will be very hard to achieve, but if it happens, it's gonna be very heartwarming.
Yeah. So we've already been praised as one of the best crowd guys, even though we like to kecam other region, but when they come here, we all tepuk
we tepuk, we don't boo them.
Don't boo them. I feel like that is very wholesome lah, as like a community esports like sort of thing. Like when let's say like a team that I don't really like, they come here and then I just like tepuk for them. It's good for them. It's also good for us lah, because
it's
it
good
shows
for
that
our region also.
Yeah, we are just throwing all the bad stuff behind, and then like, oh, we accept these guys. Although inside our mind it's like, oh, we hate these guys, but it's okay, we still tepuk for you all, and it's still good, right? All we can see in our eyes, they say, oh, Malaysian very good, right? So keep it up, guys. You guys really improving lah.
Respect.
Sudah besar, sudah matang, right? We show who is the bigger person is lah, right? So with that, I also just want to say that I actually like the HOK mid-season, although the hype is not really as much as MIBB yet, but it's understandable because it's still new.
It's still new, yes.
Still very new, but still very new. We get to see a lot of teams that perform like at their level best lah. For LGD, congratulations, you guys did Malaysia proud, bringing home second place. A silver medal is also very good, right? You guys can always improve for the next tournament. Which is, we'll know in the future. Which, by the way, KIC will be in Indonesia.
Yes, at October, if I'm not mistaken.
October.
Yeah.
So, are you going?
Maybe. Maybe if I get please invite me.
Yeah, we can go there, continue KOHAI Sembang. So we can continue with the audience in Indonesia, right? So with that being said, I just want to end this with a pantun lah, because normally Ajim will do a pantun at the start of the series. So I want to do a pantun, but in English lah, because my BM not so good. So I'll do a pantun before we end off the series, alright? So from the Great Wall to the Petronas Twin Towers, both countries show off their cultural powers. China being number one, a powerhouse of might, Malaysia close behind, will always shine bright. And with that, I will say farewell and see you guys on the next episode of KOHAI Sembang. Bye.
Bye.